Alrighty. One second. What's up? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. What's up? What's up, Nick? What's up, Joe? All right. Sounds like we're good to go here. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this thing over really quickly. Hold on. Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta let them know how you feel. Alrighty, everybody. Am I on this time? You're here. Been put on everything, including Spy. Would have made you so much money. Let's go. Awesome. Yeah, today was a really interesting day. And we're going to talk about that here in just a second. I'm going to let everybody hop on. So if you guys haven't left a like, please do so. If you guys want to reshare this, that is very much appreciated. We're going to talk about what we might be expecting going into the remainder of the week. It's currently Wednesday, so we've got Thursday, Friday, 2 days left. What's up? What's up, everybody? Good evening. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I appreciate the likes, everybody here on TikTok. All right. About 2 more minutes, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. Did anybody catch any good plays today? Let me know. What'd you guys catch? What's up? Good evening. Make sure to leave a like. We're going to go ahead and get started. Yeah, you too, Tony. Hopefully everything is good with you. I don't think I saw you in the chat today. I had my first 2.5K trade yesterday. Tesla on the way down. Awesome, Johnny. That's crazy. What's up, Coors? Bear with me for a moment. Always. I'm good on that. mRNA, but yeah, puts. Yes, so mRNA puts paid off big time. Oh, nice. Bruh, if that was real, if Bitcoin was made by the Russian government, it would literally go. If there was some way to short, like put everything I owned into the short, I would. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I think that's it. If you guys want to, I am live on TikTok. If you guys want to talk to me or communicate, that's gonna be the best place if you guys have any requests or anything like that. So, earnings before the bell. Yeah, we're gonna be watching that one. Oh shit. Alrighty, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get started now. I had to restart the stream on TikTok though. I just made a fire batch of homemade chicken and waffles from scratch all the way. I'm probably gonna make a post it on TikTok and talk about stocks like over it. It's gonna be good. I closed my call from last night with HG for good profit first thing in the morning. Good thing I did. It faded throughout the day. Awesome. Good play. Alrighty, y'all. There's 24 people here. I think that's a suitable amount of people. I'm sure people can just rewind if they weren't able to catch that. But just getting started here, guys. If you're looking at the S&P, let's go ahead and zoom in here. So we saw SPY, guys. Wow. Wow. I'm a bear for a reason, and I've stayed bearish. All of the admins here have stayed bearish, and no buy the dip type stuff here. We've maintained that sentiment throughout the dump and the pump and back down. But we had the S&P down 1.8%. We had the NASDAQ down 2.57%. The Russell down 1.82%, and the Dow Jones 1.38%. So with SPY, I gave you guys a level, and it was just a few hairs off. I said 421 and 420.50. This thing settled right about 422, 421.95, right around this previous wick to give us pretty much a perfect H pattern. Now the question comes, what are we gonna do at this large support level? So in other news, so we had obviously all four major indexes closing red. A beauty health company surged about 22.8%. SKIN. I think you guys probably remember me actually playing this one a long time ago. It was a weird time. 10-11 sectors finished lower. 10 out of 11 sectors finished lower. Energy was the lone gainer, expanding 1.07%. Consumer discretionary fell the furthest, dipping 3.34%. Tech tanked 2.5% from the fourth consecutive losing day. Industrials decreased 1.84%. Wheat futures whipped up about 3.61% gain. There was always a bull market somewhere. Soybean meal futures flew about 3.2% to 13-month highs. We also saw Overstock.com soared about 22.9% after reporting fourth quarter earnings. The earnings roundup is obviously, we're going to go over that here in just a second. So, in terms of oil, so those of you guys tuning in, if you guys are oil traders, the European continent has long relied on affordable oil, largely transported through pipelines of Russia. Now that the European continent has been embroiled in a newfound drama, it's finding the shortcomings of that reliance. After Russia began a siege of Ukraine, Germany symbolically put one of their latest infrastructure projects with Russia on hold. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline has been put on the rocks, prompting newfound worries about the future of European energy independence. Today, the U.S. went one step further and imposed sanctions on the developer of the Nord Stream 2, given the relationship with the state-owned energy giants. However, it is not great for the U.S. either, who has gained some high ground thanks to the shale shale revolution. The U.S. has now produced more oil than it imports, which isn't necessarily energy independence, but it will help offset the reliance on Russian oil given a conflict. So, in short, Russia conflict is bad for business and it's bad for the US, for Europe, and for Russia. Investors are positioned accordingly given the oil barons. So, all right, so earnings, Fubo fell 4.2% in extended trading despite reporting record annual revenue. Fubo expects to bring in about $1 billion in total revenue in 2022. So this one's actually pretty crazy. That's a pretty high expectation right there for Fubo. So definitely one to keep on your watch list going into the future. Skills plunged about 28.8%. I wish that I had seen this one on earnings, but they are down 51.6% on the year. They missed earnings and revenue projections by a long shot. So EPS was 7 cents versus the 59 cents expected. We'll get to you guys' questions here in just a moment. So Russian markets continue to sink. Investors in Russia are fighting their own battles amid geopolitical tensions caused by Russia and Eastern Europe. The value of the MOEX Russia index, one of the leading indexes in Russia, posted one of its highest volume days in recent history. The index gained 1.5% today, but don't be deceived. The MOEX has lost an astonishing 15% in the last week, down 8.8% in the last year. To make matters worse, the Russian ruble has lost more than 4.5% of its value in the last week against the dollar. Woo! Alrighty, guys, that's about it. So just a really quick recap on SPY. So today we had a couple of projections that we were anticipating. We did see a bounce at that trend line, at that key level, but in fact it was engulfed and we did see solid continuation. What you saw here on SPY was a breakdown, a retest, perfect example of a breakdown retest leading us down to this previous low, where it is now time to start watching for a potential double bottom. So we're going to be watching for SPY to bounce around the 420, 420.92 level for that potential double bottom. So I think tomorrow it would probably be beneficial to hold flat or gap up a little bit, shoot down, and go for a short red to green day where you could likely retest 426.77. And possibly, depending on the market conditions and diplomatic situations, we could see continuation to the upside, because news like that would definitely send things in the opposite direction that we've been heading. So it's all going to zero, man. Just go to bed early. Y'all make sure to go subscribe to Trading with Manners on YouTube. That's Manny. So if you guys like Manny's style, please go subscribe to him. He's a scalping genius there. So Steven, no problem. And yes, our Discord, the premium side of our Discord is open at the moment, yes. But not necessary if you're new or if you're doing well already by yourself. All right. So 1 second. All right. So tomorrow, economic calendar going forward. We've got February 24th. We've got high impact data all around: initial claims, continuing claims, new home sales, GDP deflator, GDP, second estimate, EIA crude oil inventories, and natural gas inventories as well. New home sales coming in. So pretty high impact day. Most of this data coming in at 8:30, the other half coming in around 10, 10:30, and 11 o'clock. Do I see any rebound? We need a catalyst. We need a reason why. So when you see a reason, you let me know. And, if I see a reason, I'll let you know. But at the moment, I'm not seeing much of a reason to really truly rebound. There's a lot stacked up against us. So. All right. So we've got the economic calendar here. Tomorrow morning, we've got the earnings play we're already positioned for. I know some of you guys may have already taken profit, but we've got mRNA earnings coming in tomorrow, bright and early. We've got Etsy. We did play, I'm not sure who took these with me, but we did take we did take an eBay put, and this one dropped to around $50. I also took Nikola. This one I think ended up moving to the upside. I'm not sure. I haven't looked in after hours. And I also it's actually about Baba. So Baba tomorrow is going to be probably one of my top watches tomorrow. So we've got Nikola and Baba before the bell, so we'll be able to open up and see where we're at with those. We did have a over 100% put on Baba for the $80 strike for March 18th. So we're going to see what happens with that. Anyway, as far as a watch list, I am going to take Apple again. So Apple was 100% play. We did, however, play this to the upside, looking to potentially take this off of what we were looking, or what was projected to be a bounce level or a support. That failed. We cut the calls and we ended up taking some weekly puts, and for me, I closed those almost over 120% for close to almost the entirety of this gap fill here. But I will be continuing to watch Apple for a potential rebound because there are gaps now to the upside. Yes, so I'm not really gonna give out any more. So right now, as far as my watch list is concerned, it's Baba, mRNA. I still have Neo on my watch list. This one filled its gap though, so it's not really much of a concern at the moment. And I'm kind of just sticking to the setup that I have. I'm going to be looking at gaps in the morning, because that's going to be the most useful time to kind of identify targets and gaps. So I think we all, you're hilarious, Sean. Is it time to buy put protection? I think it's been time. At this point, I'd be waiting for a bounce to do that. So, all right, guys. I know it's a short week, so I think that we have high impact data coming in. Today was a good day. If you guys did trade with us, I think I'm looking at my order history here. Yeah, so we had a really good day. We did get out from underneath. Macy's was decent. mRNA, we did close those puts for over 120%, some people even more with weeklies. And Piton, so we actually took a Piton put, March 18th put, that we're continuing to hold. So anyway, if you guys have any requests, I'm going to give you guys about 30 minutes of my time. My chest, lungs still afflicted from allergies, so I'm just going to be strictly looking at charts. So please feel free to drop those requests in the YouTube channel. So if you guys are here on TikTok, drop those requests there. So that's where I'm going to take them. Rivian, the first one. Okay, so as suspected, damn, so I actually missed this one. Kind of a bummer, but that's okay. I would have taken it probably around 61. This is really awesome. Watch for Rivian to break below 56.15 and or 55.16. So there's a little dollar mark there for a drop down to what I would project to be $50. I'm pretty much short on any EV company like Rivian or Lucid that is grossly still overvalued. So but anyway, it has a daily bear flag and looks to drop to new lows. I personally would like to take like a $40 to $35 put with a lot of time behind it and let it ride. Those of you guys on TikTok, everything is falling short at all. Hope you're having a good week, brother. Oh, always, dude. You know, I'm a natural bear. I'm a bear at heart, so um, I'm just shorting the shit out of everything. Are you still holding mRNA contracts? I ended up cutting them for over 100%. You can't ask for any more than that. And I felt that if I held, I was being greedy and putting too much on the line. So, but I made a lot of money on that, and figured it was time to go ahead and bail out. So. All right. Amazon. Oh my gosh. Damn, I missed almost all of this gap. Yo, you want to talk about a really awesome gap trade? I wanted to take a $2,800 put at the start of today. So this one has the remainder of the gap. I'm going to go ahead and call it 27.72. I think Amazon continues to fall. You might see a bounce around 28.50 to possibly around 28.75. But other than that, I still think that Amazon is more than likely going to continue to fall. And really, if you look at it, it's got a long ways to do so. I think that Amazon continues to fall possibly into the 2,500 to 2,450s long term anyway. You see the quintessential uh, uh, rounded top, possibly inverse head and shoulder, or excuse me, possibly H pattern or double bottom depending on market conditions. But you're still likely to go to support from here. So, what does the premium chat include? If you want a fast or a thorough answer right now, I would go to the Discord and watch the video in the map section. That's going to tell you basically what it includes. But it's not just me. There's almost I think seven or eight admin. I mean, there's a ton of other people too who are really experienced. But there's a ton of admins, the owners, and so we're all kind of there. There's other people besides me, including Flo and etc. etc. If you have a request here on TikTok, make sure to leave a like, but go leave that request on YouTube if you don't mind. That's going to help me and everybody else. Alrighty, so we've got Lucid. Lucid's going to be the same diagnosis as your Rivian. I am expecting Lucid to be around $22.18 relatively soon. This one's breaking out of this nice consolidation period, and so measuring previous moves to the downside, I would even say that you could see this thing into the teens, but I really think that it goes back down to this $10 level. I think it goes back down to IPO prices, but Discord guys is well worth it. Yeah, need somebody else to make a TikTok. I use TradeStation primarily, but I use Webull at the moment for the small account. What's my take on Peloton? Short, for the most part, unless they get bought, which I can't predict. Oh, so this is actually really cool because you want a retest before continuing to the downside. AA, if I'm going to use this 200-day EMA, but I think it loses all of this. I think it goes and fills this gap. I think going long for the $64 strike, and that might be worth writing down, because if you're and here's the thing, like obviously if you just completely reverse, but if you take the right contract, there's no reason why you can't hold something like that. So AA, I would say obviously 73.41, and below that mark 73.41, I would be targeting the 64, probably utilizing strikes going out at least a month, at least. Excuse me, guys. Oh my God. Ooh. Pollen's evil. Oh, my throat is just. All right. So personally, this could play out to be a bear flag. It's got a good setup to do so. Anywhere above 77.87, we're going to see a possible recovery, push towards that $80 mark. But other than that, this one looks potentially short to me for continuation of the downside. So March 18th contracts. Hold on one second. I'll get to that. Microsoft. Oh, MasterCard. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate that. You like the sound of that? Good stuff. So Microsoft mirroring the Qs, pretty much identical. This is, what you could, it's not really a rounded top, but you do have that quintessential H pattern. Now, here's the question. We've got gaps upside. This is the same analysis as I would give you on SPY or the Qs. Basically, at this point, we're going to be waiting and watching for what the world decides to do, because that's going to play a key part in whether Microsoft bounces here or around 276.73 for what could potentially be a double bottom. And that's where, you could potentially use this 280 level if you break back above it as a target to the upside. So MasterCard, thank you for the little tip on the little mic. I appreciate that. You guys know how to get my attention. So MasterCard appears to be setting up some type of elongated wedge. Now you've got 1, 2, 3. So I'd be watching MasterCard 365.35. Now this one's got some heavy pressure, lots of bearish volume, but overall this is tweezer bottoms here on the hourly, which often signify a reversal. So at this point, I would be watching for that push above 365. You might see financials like this make that recovery. So 1, 2, we don't have our third touch of resistance. Now, how it goes to resistance is going to let you know how likely it is going to break out. So we want to see a nice strong push up into this point of control, which is 370, which is really nice because it's backing up that same price target around 365 that I just gave you. So yeah, 20% correction would be great. How many screens do I have? I have 4 screens. I do have a TV right here, so I guess that's like more. And I do have my laptop, so that would be 6, and then my phone. 7. I look beat. Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something about my face. It just looks like this. All right? I was born sick of this shit. So my face, my face just looks like this. But I was already fed up. But overall, on MasterCard, if you don't bounce, you don't hold, and move to the upside, then you do have a gap to the downside around 347. So, did you already do snap? No, not yet. Yeah, SQ has earnings, and that's why I'm staying away from it, just because the premiums are extremely expensive. But as far as levels are concerned, guys, this thing is more than likely going to go back down to these points of control, which is probably going to be $71. You know, I mean, honestly, guys, I don't know when this is going to end. This is a crash. SQ is crashing. If you consider from where it was in August of 2022 to where it's at now currently, that's not that long away. Ways away, but February 11th, it's absolutely mind-boggling. I'm still holding Snap puts, so huge volume shelf there. So Snapchat, this is my Snapchat resistance. We rejected resistance. We made a doji today. I want to see Snapchat below 3611. For a gap fill. There's actually a massive gap to the downside. It's $26.60. So, Tesla. Oh man, I don't know if anybody else is giving you guys. And hopefully this doesn't sound cocky. But I called this shit. And I had a couple people who have been not in our chat, but outside of our chat, that have been doing this for years. And they told me that I was going to lose my ass shorting Tesla, or being short on Tesla. And damn, man, stick to your guns, guys. Obviously there's always room to learn, and take what people say and mull on it. But at the end of the day, this one, it feels good to see it at the place that it is. But currently, Tesla is slamming into the top of this supply zone. That's going to be 760. The next level down, would be 645, 650. But looking at a strong or key level, that's going to be $700 and 710. Excuse me. Yeah, Kathy Wood's getting smoked. Yes, you have to sell a contract after closing it. No, you close it that's how you close a contract, by selling it. If you buy the contract increases in value, you sell the contract to make more money. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more. All right, so Snapchat, we already got that one. OOTO. Personally, looking at this engulfment candle, I would expect maybe a slight retest 1850. But you look like you're about to head home. I would probably say around 1730 at a minimum. John, I look for stocks that have a reason to move. If a stock doesn't have a reason to move, it's not going to. All right, a few more, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Pretty tired, and I just don't feel good. So this one, like everything else, has that quintessential correction type pattern. Beautiful breakdown out of this rising wedge. Technical analysis doesn't work. But this one right now, if you look at the top of this zone, right? Boom. Look. Right across the board. That's where you're going to need to break below. If you break below, you've got 487. And then you've got this low around 480.50. So, yes, nearly every major stock ended with a fat candle. So, a lot of them reaching towards new lows. mRNA. All right, I'm gonna call this one, guys. I'm getting a little tired here. So I'll already tell you right now. I have a key. I think this one drops down to a minimum of 100, but I also see $85 as a reasonable target to the downside for mRNA. I personally don't see any reason why it wouldn't fill this gap at 75.22. So, and that's really it. This one has a really good setup to continue to the downside. Nearest volume shelf is around $100. So, looking at it today, really okay, so let me be clear. On earnings tomorrow morning, watch for 160. So Mark, listen to this. 161, 160 on mRNA to the upside. To the downside, watch 105, 106. Thank you guys for the likes on YouTube. Sorry for such a short night, guys. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. As far as allergies and stuff is concerned, my lungs are burning. So I do appreciate that. AMD. So AMD is actually on my watch list. I set an alert on this one. This one has a gap down to 104.75. It had really, really high volume, but it did hold up. So there may be a chance that if the market bounces tomorrow, we're going to see 118 on AMD to the upside to fill a gap around 121.25. So, but all right, we'll do UPS, and I'm calling it. UPS has a gap to fill, 202.60. Excellent size gap, excellent target here, 202.60. Aside from that, it looks like deep fried hot dog water tablets. Is absolutely terrible. 202.30, I would say 200 even is your next spot to bounce. So. Alrighty, y'all. I'll see you guys in the morning, bright and early. You guys take it easy. Write down your levels. Go take a look at some contracts. Go look at the news for the contracts for the setups that you're looking at. And tomorrow morning, be looking for those catalysts. So, peace out.